All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about identifying the period from a trig equation. So let me minimize this, and we'll go into delta math again. This is some good practice. Determine period from a trig equation. All right, so let's refresh on what the period formula is. Period of a function is 2 pi divided by the b value. And remember, the b value is the number right next to the x. So it's like bx plus c. So if it's cosine or sine, there's your b value. So let's look at this problem right here. Your function is y equals 4 sine 2 pi x over 3. And there's no number being added, so there's no c, but that's not important. So your period is, since your b value is 2 pi over 3, your period is 2 pi divided by 2 pi over 3. Now, fractions and division don't really lend themselves to being an easy operation. So what you want to do is change that to multiplication, 2 pi times, and you want to flip the denominator. So you're going to say 3 divided by 2 pi. And in this problem, the 2 pi's will cancel out. So your period should just be 3. So our period in this case is 3. You can use a calculator if you want, but the period in this case should be 3. So let's see if we get that right. Nice. Now, please ignore this D here. We are not doing, this is dealing with phase shift, and we're not dealing with that. So only worry about the number right next to the X. And you can see that work done here. Let's do another one. All right, in this problem, it says 3 sine pi x, 3 sine pi x. All right, let me write this out. Y equals 3 sine pi x. And that's all there is. So y equals 3 sine pi x. So we're going to do 2 pi over b. B is pi. And looks like just the pi's cancel out, so it's 2. Your period should be 2. And that's all there is. All right, let me do one that has just a number. And this is one where I want to caution you, don't worry about the number being subtracted in the parentheses. That's not going to affect your period. All right, so let's identify the b value. The b value is going to be this number right here, just 8. So there's no, whether there's a number added here or even in the parentheses, I'm only focused on that number. Your period is 2 pi over 8. Now in this case, there is no pi to cancel out. So we do have to reduce 2 over 8, which is 1 out of 4. And typically we'd write the pi on the top. So pi divided by 4. So what, you could put a 1 there, but 1 pi over 4 is the same as pi divided by 4. So we would want to put pi over 4. Let me do one with ooh, let's go back. Ah, shoot. No, we'll end up with this 4 over 7 here. So sine 4x over 7. Period of that is period is 2 pi over b. B is 4 divided by 7. So it's 2 pi divided by 4 over 7. And if we're doing it by hand, just flip the fraction when you multiply. So 2 pi times 7 over 4. And that's going to be 2 times 7, which is 14. 2 times 7 is 14, so 14 pi divided by 4. And we can actually reduce both of these. These are both divisible by 2. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that should be entered in as 7 pi over 2. All right. That concludes getting period from a trig equation.